Well, the Broncos have mixed their form throughout 2018, but if you're only as good as your last game, then they are well placed tonight after winning a real dogfight against the Sharks 2 weeks ago in round 15. James Roberts, despite this Achilles problem, has been working through that in Origin with New South Wales and also with the Broncos. And what a battle tonight it should be, with Roberts on the right-hand side for Brisbane, Croker on the left for the Raiders. And Andrew McCulloch, you was talking about him a moment ago, Kevy, how impressed you've been with his performances for your Maroons during the Origin series. Yeah,
he's been very good, hasn't he? Just doing everything that Andrew McCulloch can with his work around the ruck. And tonight, again, he'll be a valuable member of this Brisbane team if they are to get home. His passes, his kicking, all of that's been excellent at Origin level, and I expect him to do well here again tonight.
It's 8th versus 9th. The Broncos can put a gap between them and the Raiders with a win here tonight. The Raiders can kickstart their second half of the season. And they will need to, because they have a tough run home between now and the finals in September. It's Matt Lodge. He'll take the first carry and play it here just inside the Broncos 20. McCulloch waits at dummy half. Comes across to this right-hand side. Sam Thaiday, his usual starting front row position again tonight. Jaden Sewer on this right-hand side. Tavita Pangai once again succumbing to a rib injury, which has had him out for a couple of games now. And Alex Glenn is out there. His customary left edge starting role tonight. Maguire playing at McCulloch, jumping out of dummy half. We'll take it across the halfway line, and they'll kick from Raiders territory here as Darius Boyd jumps into dummy half. And it's Milford to put it in the air and put some pressure on Brad Abbey in the fullback role tonight. Out there in the 21 jumper. Taking the place of Jack Whiten after Whiten pleaded guilty to an assault charge during the week. The Raiders wanted him to play, the NRL thought otherwise. And it's Abbey in the fullback position here tonight.
It's a wonderful opportunity for Abbey back in fullback. They'll miss Jack Whiten as we see Oldfield push up through the middle of the ruck. So dangerous around the middle of the ruck, particularly with this guy here, Hodgson.
And here is Blake Austin pouring through a hole and taking it into Broncos territory. 2 big carries off the back of Oldfield, who is in talks to extend his time with the Raiders. He's been good filling in for Jordan Rapana, who's out with that long-term hamstring injury. Hodgson from dummy half. Good pass off the ground to Caesar, who rolls it in behind Aiden Caesar himself, having just re-signed with Canberra. And not that long ago, that would have seemed like long odds for Caesar to be staying in Canberra, given his, just to say, below par form earlier in the season, as the Raiders coughed up leads, and the feeling was neither he nor Austin could steer them around the park when it mattered at the end of games. But his form has risen, so has the Raiders. And he'll be a Green Machine member until the end of 2020. Here's Milford. Played last week in the fullback role for Samoa in that losing effort against Tonga at Campbelltown, and those remarkable scenes out there in the southwest of Sydney. What a game, what an atmosphere that was. Here he is now, ducking under the tackle of Boyd, putting Nikorima under pressure. Whitehead picks it up, he dummies, and he'll run away to score. The Broncos playmakers under pressure. They cough one up, and Whitehead scores the first points here tonight.
It's been a real concern for the Brisbane Broncos in 2018, their 5th play option, and again here tonight. Anthony Milford, unable to get to his kick. Had a little bit of pressure coming from Boyd. He just needed to get that kick away, needed to set himself and get a kick away. And Whitehead, what a player he is.
Well, they marched down the field, didn't they, in that first set of 6, the Raiders forwards, just pushing in behind the ruck of the Brisbane defence. They couldn't quite get the ball to the pass to the right man there. Milford had it. Well, the inside pressure was coming from the Raiders.
Kevy, it's a must-do. It's their second set of the game. It sets a tone for everything that's going to be played out here for the Broncos.
It's a fast start again for the Raiders, isn't it? Hodgson, that first set just looked...
Well, they were electric. They were electric through the middle third of the field. They're the best team in the competition at scoring tries through the middle third.
And that's without him. He's only been back for a week, so...
Real concerns for the Brisbane middle. If they're going to let the likes of Hodgson, Leilua push up through the middle. But again, Anthony Milford just needs to find his kick and the fifth play option.
And from right in front, Jared Croker makes it 6-0. Canberra off to a flyer, courtesy of this man, Elliot Whitehead, Andy, who scored 2 tries for England in that win against New Zealand in Denver, Colorado, just last weekend.
Yeah, very rich vein of form. Now, the Broncos were looking to get back to a more conservative style of footy after that Sharks win. They want to fight it out. They want to grind. It seemed it's their best way of winning. However, what we've just seen from Anthony Milford is anything but that style of game plan. Very shaky from the Bronx.
The rap on Milford and Nicarima remains that question marks about their game management, pushing this team around the paddock, especially when it matters at the end of a game. And an early mistake here is under pressure, already trailing 6 points to 0. Joseph Tarpany, teammate with Elliot Whitehead tonight. They were opponents last week. Tarpany played for the Kiwis. Losing effort against England in the steamy conditions over there in Denver as Hodgson finds Papali. Bounces off the shoulder there of Alex Glenn. Still going. As Papali, he'll pick up 15 metres plus after the contact initially there of Alex Glenn. And there's a mismatch at the moment between the Green Machine forwards and those of the Broncos. Leilua down the right-hand side with momentum. They find themselves at the 20. Big metres here off the back of the try. The kick from Caesar. He got levelled after the kick. It comes out towards Kontrick. He tapped it back, knocked on by Croker. The Broncos survive.
In here, guys.
But you get the feeling it was only just.
We mentioned Sam Thaiday put a lot of pressure on Caesar. Terrific catch from Kontrick. And Croker just unable to gather it in. He was a little bit dirty on himself there. Opportunity missed for the Raiders, the Broncos. They need to get into the game.
The middle third need to show that they can match it with the Raiders. And the way this has opened up. Watching the Raiders warm up before the game, Corey, and as soon as they hit the field for their half-an-hour warm, you just made mention of the fact that they are a sizable team. No bigger, of course, than Shannon Boyd, but Papali's carry in that previous set certainly got them going. Now Nicarima, a little hesitant there. He had Sua on his hip on the outside, something to hang on to it. Maybe a problem there for Blake Austin, was carrying that left shoulder or left arm at least. Either way, he has an issue as Oldfield makes the catch and brings it back out to play it just outside the Raiders 20. Kontrick is people's eyes very much in the running to be the fill-in fullback for Jack Whiten, but they've gone with Brad Abbey instead. Almost back at the halfway line through that player in game number 5 of his NRL career. 4 games with the Bulldogs last year. Former star with the Warriors under-20s in the Holden Cup. Went to Belmore. Now he's a Raider in 2018, getting a chance here tonight in the big time. Louis to play it. Again, 30 metres out. Caesar, no pressure on this kick. It's out towards Croker once again, up against a Sarko, and Croker was taken off the ball. It'll be a penalty. Was it Nicarima coming through or Roberts who took him to ground?
It was a nicely weighted kick, wasn't it? Ball hung in the air. It was Nicarima. Probably a little bit unfair there. I guess you've got to come back and get your position early there on that kick defence, and that was a problem with Nicarima. He didn't get there early enough. They're going to take 2, are they, the Raiders?
There's a very clear game plan at the moment coming from the Raiders, led by Josh Hodgson. He's like the puppeteer out there. He's directing his troops through the middle third as we see Nicarima running Croker off the ball. Gets his team a penalty. Croker will have a shot at goal. But Hodgson bringing players back against the grain on the other side of the ruck, just poking their nose through Papali, Tarpany, Louis, and playing off the back of that ruck speed. We spoke a lot about him in the pre-game.
Yeah, he just gets him going forward, doesn't he?
Yeah. He has a real ability to find where the lazy or the third marker is going back, and just...
Ricky Stewart enjoying his time at Suncorp Stadium again.
As popular as ever, it would seem. Got a real raspberry from the crowd there and seem to enjoy it.
Well, they've been in camp for most of the week, the Raiders, on the Gold Coast, so they have put a lot into this preparation. I know it's only early days, but they look pretty sharp at the moment.
A massive job in front of them. If they want to make the finals, given their start of the season was so poor. Croker hits the uprights. Not quite Latrell Mitchell-like from last night in Adelaide, but a very kickable one there to make it an 8-0 scoreline, and off the back of it, it's double jeopardy because the Raiders give away a penalty.
It's a nice relieving penalty too for the Broncos. Often we see the uprights hit with penalty kicks, and we've seen...
What's up with the touchy, Corey?
2 in 2 days.
Touchy, please,
The bonus of the penalty, the Broncos have it. Alex Glenn bringing it up towards the 40. Good angle there on the kick for Kroger. It certainly wasn't a gimme. Ricky would be smiling and waving to the cameras. The big screen off the back of that. Here's a chance. Milford, though, unable to hook up there with Sewer. They turn it over. A pretty good field position here for the Raiders, who are off the hook. And they'll begin 10 on their own side of halfway. They just can't get on the same page at the moment, both Milford and Nicarima.
Well, they need some direction, the Broncos. There's no doubt about that. They've started on the wrong end of the ledger. Andrew McCulloch, I'd like to see him really take some control in this game in the middle third.
Andrew now.
Whitehead to play it. Comes from Hodgson away to Caesar, who's got an enormous amount of room to run there before he gets to the defence of McCulloch and also Lodge. They were fairly stagnant on the defensive line, and as a result, they went a long way. Boyd, quick play the ball. Hodgson, Grubbers in behind them. Here's a chase. Whitehead's there again. Esako won the race, but only by the skin of his teeth.
What vision Hodgson has here. Realise that Darius Boyd is up in the line that he's so oftenly is in this position. And Esako gets there for the Broncos.
Jared, shot.
Well, the ball seemed to sit in that end goal for an eternity there before anyone could get to it. And Esako, he must have run nearly 20 metres there to get to the ball.
Matt Lodge turned, but as big as he is,
well,
he was in quicksand and they poured past him.
But again, Josh Hodgson. The spatial awareness for him to realise that Darius Boyd had parked himself in the line.
While we watch the replay, there's a penalty here for Canberra. And I, for the life of me, can't tell you why. I'm guessing there was somebody obstructed on the way through chasing the kick.
I think they were called offside on the try line. Warren, one of the Broncos players.
I wouldn't imagine that Jared Croker will hit the post 2 times in a row, Kevy. Such a sharp shooter.
No, he is there. It's a bit closer, this one, for him, but
just adjust his radar.
We saw it last night from Latrell Mitchell, as we've already mentioned.
Such an energetic start for the Raiders.
And it's been one-way traffic to this point, hasn't it, as far as field position is concerned. Canberra spent 70% of the game in Broncos territory. No dramas this time around for Jared Croker. In game number 228, watch it again. Here's the play leading up to it. They never got back on their line, and the referee quite rightly pinging the Broncos for being offside, and Jared Croker wasted no time in saying, we will have the 2. 8-0, the Raiders on top. here in Brisbane in such an important game. Their run home, as we said, is so tough. Next week, beyond this one, they take on the Dogs and the Cowboys. After that, 6 of their last 7 games of the season are against teams currently in the top 8. If they are to make the finals, they will do it the hard way. But they are good enough, as we've seen in recent times, as Louis works it forward. Off the carry there of Papali, and they'll play it just outside their own 30. Broncos yet to have anything like a scoring chance at the other end of the field. Boyd playing it as Hodgson finds Papali. A little bit of footwork at the line. But a defence here from the Broncos through the middle of the field. It's a slow play the ball there for Papali as a result. As Caesar comes out the back. Abbey linking there with Croker. Runs towards Roberts. Also Nicarima. Canberra have one more from about 35 away. Caesar rolls it in behind. It'll sit up for Osako. Boyd was back there with him. This big, strong, young winger brings it back, and he'll play it here at the 20 for Brisbane. Corey Oates comes in field for a carry. Almost loses it there in trying to get back to his feet to play it. Jordan Kahu follows suit, and the forwards get themselves organised back behind the ball. And here is Maguire, the first of them, to run towards Hodgson. Well, he was there, so was Boyd. Doesn't want to bring it back to the halfway line. Milford will kick a tackle early. Not a great one, it has to be said. Rolls it down there to Oldfield. And he gets away from Maguire pretty comfortably, and then almost beats the tackle of Sewer and also Lodge. And as a result, nobody there at marker. And the Raiders are off and running early in the set.
Well, they're struggling, the Brisbane Broncos, to get out of their own end. At the moment, they spent 67% of the game in their own half. Need to hang tough here, the Broncos. The Raiders, they're making us charge.
Josh now.
There's Papali to play.
But Josh.
Hodgson waiting at dummy half. Boyd goes out the back to Caesar. Croker 2-on-2, runs to the outside there of Roberts, who did well with his speed to stay with him. Would have been penalised. A leg pull there on Croker and trying to slow down the play of the ball. Caesar chips ones towards Milford. He takes no chances. Kahu was there. Perhaps a lack of talk between the two of them, and Milford said, I'm taking it out.
Well, Jordan Kahu, he'd come up for the play you mentioned was. Milford didn't want any bar of that. He just wanted to bat it dead. Kahu is angry.
Kahu to catch, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Kev.
And Anthony Milford has come inside him. Obviously, a breakdown that you mentioned was a breakdown in communication. That's the outside man's ball there every day of the week. Milford trying to urge his team to show some energy.
Well, they could have done with a 7-tackle set there from their own 20 instead. They're under the pump off the goal line dropout, which is a low, hard one right there at Blake Austin, who played it off his legs, and in the end he was under huge pressure to come up with possession.
Boys, perhaps the earliest first interchange of the season for Wade Bennett. There you see involved in the tackle. Patrick May go on for Sam Thaiday.
Out there now, they certainly need something, and they've used up some gas defensively in this opening 16 or so minutes here at Suncorp tonight. Louis monstered there by Josh Maguire. Trying to inspire something in his team. Back up against their own line once again. Hodgson, crash ball on his right-hand side. Goes to Papali, who was well stopped. Maguire was there, so was Alex Glenn. Hodgson drops back, puts it on the toe now. Pressure here on Corey Oates, who waits and waits. He gave Oldfield a shot at it. Oldfield had a swing and a miss.
All the way.
I don't know that Corey knew he was there.
Well, the patience of Oates here. We've seen him take these ones. We've seen the replay box. Terrific kick again from Hodgson. Corey Oates is there. Ooh. He just got the right bounce. 7-tackle set, as you mentioned, was. Can the Broncos get themselves in some form of attacking position?
Well, Corey Oates, he was all in, wasn't he? All his chips on the table there. That was a big play. Now Milford stepping off his left foot. Got some pressure there on those inside defenders, but they were good in defence there as far as Tarpany and Hodgson was concerned, as Nicarima grubbers into the legs there of Whitehead. A chance there for the Broncos to get it back. To pour into the set of 6 once again.
It was third tackle, third tackle, and their first opportunities, we see it break down through the middle of the field. Their first opportunity of getting down in Canberra's end. And they kick on third tackle, Kevy.
Yeah, well, Roberts was streaming through, but if it gets through the legs, and if they get it through, it's possibly a try.
Nick.
Well, we've got him just going back to play the ball.
Sia Soliola on for Shannon Boyd for the Canberra Raiders.
And here he is immediately, Andy, taking a carry across the halfway line. He'll play it. Hodgson getting to dummy half, looking to his left for Caesar. Turns Louis underneath. Comes towards Jaden Sewell, and also Andrew McCulloch. Roberts lends his weight to the tackle. A couple of plays left in this set. Caesar with numbers all around him. Austin was there, hitting a terrific tackle by Jaden Sewell. That was a bell ringer.
And then Jaden Sewell's come up with an absolute bell ring, as you mentioned, but Andrew McCulloch has come reeling out of that tackle. Kevy Walters, his night's gone from bad to worse up here in the box. They've played inside to Austin. He's hit him with everything. And Andrew McCulloch looks like he's in a great deal of pain. It might just be a dislocated finger. Yep, it is.
Great pressure from the inside from Sewell, wasn't it, to force the error. He hit him with everything, and he needed to as well. There was some space back through the Brisbane ruck. McCulloch looks in a bit better shape now. I'll sit back down.
Sit down, Kev. It's been a tough night, was for Kev.
Have you got the smelling salts ready?
Together, boys.
When we were watching some of the action between Newcastle and the Bulldogs, well, Kevy almost fainted.
Yeah. Well, Napa got injured last night. Ponga's in some doubt.
Hold it, good tackle. Hold it.
Andrew McCulloch with a finger injury, perhaps a dislocation by the looks of things. Backing back into the scrum as Nicarima will feed it. What a hit it was by Jaden Sewell. Well, maybe that was the exclamation mark they've been looking for, and they will find something off the back of it. Now, still to have a tackle inside the Raiders' 20. 19 gone here at Suncorp, and now a penalty to Brisbane.
Pull the ground.
One down in the play the ball is the call. Seems to be a
there was good work there from Patrick Mago. He fought really hard in the tackle to get to his feet and play the ball. Caught the Raiders, off guard. Ricky Stewart having a bit of a walk. There's an opportunity here now for Brisbane to get some structure back into their attack. Just get through this set. Finish with a kick.
Well, concern for the Broncos, Corey, it was Junior Paulo that Ricky Stewart just walked towards and had a quick word with, and Junior Paulo making his return from a foot injury here tonight. For time now. Coming off the bench sometime soon as Maguire plays it here. The Broncos will finally take it inside the Raiders 20. Milford out the back. Boyd had Kahu on his outside. Good tackle by Austin. It can be tested with his decision-making on that right-hand side for the Raiders. Milford comes away to Nicarima. Here is Sewell putting a kick in. There was a collision back midfield between Roberts and one of the Raiders.
Yeah, Roberts was looming up to anticipate a kick, and in doing so, they'd taken Caesar out and off the ball. That resulting in a penalty.
It happened back on the inside a long way from the ball. He obviously thought the kick was going in towards the post. Jaden Sewell had to roll it in. Watch it again as Roberts, there he is, not even in frame there as he clattered into Aidan Caesar.
Seems to be they're trying to catch this young Brad Abbey out of position. There's some kicks in behind for Roberts and co. Just not executing it quite nicely at the moment.
Soliola play as Hodgson, Caesar to Austin. Now Tarpany, who runs towards McCulloch. Played a couple of metres on his own side of halfway. Parley, opening to the game he's had. Here is again, picking up 10 more metres. To the right-hand side for Austin, who slips over, running towards Milford. 4 tackles gone in this set. Leilua with plenty of bandages around those wrists and forearms here tonight. Now Caesar. Goes from Abbey. Back on the inside there for Croker. The kick will go into touch. It'll be the Broncos. Will have it 10 metres out from their own line.
Wazza, if I can just interrupt an update on Kalen Ponga. Kevy, please sit down. The Newcastle club has officially said, yeah, it is a hamstring. They are unsure on the severity. They are going to have scans tomorrow morning at a local Newcastle medical facility, and from there the process of rehabilitation and I guess identification will begin. So Kevy, long night, tough night ahead. I'd put Kalen's mobile number on 1 on speed dial for about 10:30 tomorrow.
Thanks, Andy.
It was 11 days between now and Origin 3. The teams to be announced tomorrow night, or certainly the Queensland team will be. New South Wales announcing their team on Monday morning. The kids coaching clinic. As Kahu plays it, goes out the left-hand side for Glenn. Broncos battling any sort of territory, any sort of attacking territory to this point of the game. 17 out from half-time, trailing 8-0. Maguire working it forward. Still a lack of punch from these Broncos forwards against the Raiders pack here this evening. Milford off the left, then the right, goes to Glenn. It's a ball around the back. Play on here for Corey Oates. He'll straighten and loves a little second phase action against a disjointed defensive line with his frame. He can be hard to bring down. And it's a one-on-one tackle. He was handled there. McCulloch puts the kick up. Abbey going back. It's a good kick, a floater, and it came down half a metre inside the goal line, and then he's rattled. A terrific tackle by Alex Glenn. What a kick by McCulloch. They undo the good work by jumping the gun, and they're offside, Brisbane.
It was a terrific tackle. Alex Glenn, an even better catch. The kick here from Andrew McCulloch was an awkward one to take. And Abbey has caught it over his shoulder. That's hard to do.
Yeah, that's a brilliant take from Abbey. And then to get the penalty on top of that, excellent work coming in there. I think it's Alex Glenn.
Boys, another interchange for the Canberra Raiders. Onto the field has come the one-man gang, Junior Paulo.
They failed to find the touchline there.
Great effort by Corey Oates, getting back and keeping that ball in play. Benamis Louis with the beanie straight on. It's a very, very mild winter's night, let me tell you, here in Brisbane, having walked from the centre of the city to the ground tonight. It's a beautiful evening. And he's gone for the beanie.
That might be a superstition.
Matt Lodge coughs it up here. It's going to be a penalty, though, to Brisbane for a second handing there, a strip, forcing the ball free. Corbin Sims about to return from that broken jaw he suffered here. Collision with Dylan Napa some 6 weeks ago against the Roosters.
They might be hard done by there, I think, the Canberra Raiders. Nice contact from Josh Hodgson. Little man on big man. The Broncos, they need to mount and build some pressure. At the moment, they're just a little bit too jumpy, too panicky with the ball.
I guess the bonus for the Broncos is that it's only 8-0. It's been all Canberra, but only 8 points on the scoreboard.
And comfortably their best chance of the game here as Mago plays it from McCulloch. Comes out to Corbin Sims. He gets a touch straight away. They'll play it in front of the uprights. McCulloch waits at dummy half. Maguire will juggle. Cost him a chance at tipping it on to Milford on his outside, who was screaming for the ball, and he was through a hole as well. McCulloch, a couple of steps out of dummy half. Nikorima kicks. Roberts is there. He got a hand to it, but lost it forward. Abbey comes up with it. There could have been play on here for the Raiders. Instead, it's going to be the Raiders who are going to scrum feed at their own 10.
Well, there it is again, the kick in behind. Roberts normally nails him, doesn't he? He's very good close to the line. Good defence here from Croker in there, just got his shoulder in where Roberts couldn't get a clean go at the ball.
Boys, that was cleaned up by Brad Abbey, but that defensive structure was also started by Brad Abbey. Just his 5th first-grade game, his first for the Canberra Raiders. He was right behind that initial play the ball, dragging more senior teammates out and sending them left because Brisbane had already created the +1. That's a huge rap on a young bloke.
As we mentioned at the beginning of the game, one of the real stars coming through that's when he ranks with the Warriors. He was a prize recruit for the Bulldogs. It didn't work out for him at Canterbury. I guess you could say that about quite a few over the past 18 months or so. Sensational game to this point in the fullback role. The Green Machine here tonight. Here is Leilua. A carry coming in, bounces back to his feet as well, and Hodgson, no pressure on him. Supply the kick over the head of Corey Oates. He had a chance to watch it. He certainly was hoping it was going out on the full. The kick from Hodgson, well judged. Bronco scrum feed from just inside their 20.
I know I've harped on about Josh Hodgson, but the difference he makes in this Canberra Raiders side is enormous. In the last 5 minutes in particular, he's just managed the game. He's found the line twice. Superb.
Well, they just need a little breather there, don't they, the Raiders forwards. It's been fairly hectic the last 5 or 6 minutes. Papali getting a rest on the sidelines. He's had an explosive opening nearly 30 minutes to the game.
Most definitely has. He was outstanding in the opening exchanges. A Sunday ticket tomorrow, the West Tigers taking on the Gold Coast Titans. That one from Leichhardt. Robbie Farah's returned. The black, gold and white of the West Tigers. Moses and Bai also on debut for West. So many reasons. If you're in Sydney, if the Tigers have a warm spot in your heart, well then you need to be there tomorrow to see them go around against the Titans. What an occasion it will be. Here is Roberts. Taking it inside the 30, picked up eventually by Caesar. Something rolling finally for Brisbane. The crowd finds its voice. One of the few times in the game to this point. Sims looking for an option, finds Alex Glenn. Nicarima goes to Milford, kicks again. They have Grubbard and Grubbard. This one is too big. Well, they've found every which way, Corey, to turn it over from kicks so far in the game.
Well, they'd found Jimmy Roberts and he'd pulled the Canberra Raiders apart on this left edge. They go pass, pass, pass and find Corbin Sims with the ball in his hand. Nicarima was behind him. That's the time you need your ball players with the ball in their hands. Opportunity missed there. And another, Kevy, I keep saying it, another poor end of set, 7 tackle set.
Yeah, another 7 tackles for the Raiders, but they do look dangerous, Brisbane. If they can get some composure about them, they will worry this Raiders defensive line.
Saw a glimpse of David Fifita, 18-year-old. So he's not too far away from taking the field for the first time. The Raiders get a penalty here for a high tackle.
There is David Fifita, and you want to feel old, boys. This is the first young man born in the 21st century to play NRL footy. Born on February 25 in the year 2000. He's locked up here at the Broncos until 2020. A Kebra Park standout and a whole lot of talent.
Yeah, he's a terrific player, David Fifita. He would get his first touch in NRL in just a moment. But what a story he has.
What a set of 6. This is an attack for Canberra. Havili just dispensing with Darius Boyd up there in the front line. He almost got steamrolled. Oh, the backup hooker who's out there. A running roll tonight in the middle third of the field. Here is Austin out the back. It goes to Wildfield on the angle. Good tackle. Milford saves a certain try there for the Broncos. Leilua waits a dummy half, trying to milk a penalty, and he'll get one.
Milford just couldn't get out of the way there, could he? Well, he was sort of stranded there. That's a big decision here from the Raiders. calling Darius out here.
Hop.
Josh Hodgson.
You happy where we're at? That's okay, no, that's okay, I understand.
Yeah.
Mate, we got to stop. Wait there, Joey. Not yet. No, Joey. Wait, I got to wait for him. I'll let you know when you...
That's it.
Let him know.
Huge set of 6 here for the Brisbane Broncos as they're looking to get David Fifita on. I mentioned earlier,
Time's off.
Ipswich boy still lives at home.
Think so.
Used to leave 4:30 from Ipswich on the train to get down to Canberra Park. South Junior comes through the QAS program with Kevy Walters.
You can kick it out.
Terrific ball runner, got a great right hand offload.
Righto, there you go.
Real star in the making. Had the pleasure of working with him in the Queensland 18s and he is the real deal.
Righto.
We'll see how he goes tonight.
The moment that the Broncos get the ball in their hands, he'll be out there. For the moment, they're on their own line yet again. Paulo is turning that shoulder as he runs towards Sims and also Maguire. Hodgson comes to Caesar. Wide pass from dummy half. Austin on his left hand side for Kotrick. What a ball. It was so slick. From the middle of the field to the edge, and Kotrick scores Canberra's second try.
And it'll be Kotrick's. Well, they're claiming a try there.
Inside touch and touching goal.
There's a great right to left movement here. Let's just have a look. Kotrick gets down low and gets under the tackle there of Asako.
Nick Kotrick grounds the ball on the goal line, remains in the field of play. We have a decision.
And he was comfortably inside the touchline. The officials aren't taking any chances in 2018, and it's green lights for Canberra. It is all green here tonight in every possible way. 12 points to 0. A chance to make it 14 in a moment, and Austin chiming in on that left-hand side from the right edge made the extra man for Canberra.
Yeah, it was a long shift, wasn't it, here from the Raiders. Little turnout caused all the problems, and just ducking under the tackle there of Asako.
They're playing the game perfectly tonight, the Canberra Raiders. They're completing their sets. They're attacking exactly where they've trained all week. They come down the Broncos' right-hand edge. That's their 25th try that they've conceded down that edge.
Yeah, and Kotrick, a noted try scorer, isn't he? This year he's a Raiders' leading try scorer.
Just does such a good job. He just gets down, gets low.
Well, he came onto the ball too, didn't he, Corey? Wasn't standing still when he caught it. The timing and everything there from the Raiders was really slick. And in the end, a try in the far left corner for the Raiders.
Becomes just the third player, Nick Kotrick, for the Canberra Raiders to score in 7 straight games. He joins Noah Nandruku and the late great Peter Jackson, who once scored in 8 straight back in 1988 for Canberra. Croker from out wide. It is arrow straight. And it's 14 points to 0. David Fifita takes the field. Nick Kotrick makes this a big scoreline at the moment, Andy.
Yeah, certainly does. David Fifita, Sam Thaiday both onto the field for the Brisbane Broncos. Thaiday replaces Corbin Sims, who's gone up the tunnel under an HIA. Now, how did the news about David Fifita debuting tonight get out? No, it wasn't the Broncos media department. It wasn't a journalist. It was one of his younger teammates who put up on Instagram, "Congratulations to my bro. Good luck, David Fifita." I would have loved to have been in Wayne Bennett's car when that news came through.
But do you think Wayne would have been on Twitter, Andy?
The old Twitter. Social media.
Yeah. Seen from a lot of the young players that have come into the game, this guy is very talented.
The raps are enormous. Here is Soliola. There is Fifita around the legs. No relation to Andrew or the other David Fifita, who played, of course, in the NRL. Hodgson, quick play the ball there from Havili. His left-hand side, Brad Abbey looks right at home. If you were worried about Jack Whiten being out for who knows how long for Canberra, Brad Abbey has made every post a winner, as they say in the classics here tonight. Kick in behind them wasn't a deep one, and Isako cleans it up pretty easily for the Broncos. And here is David Fifita. And just to make us all feel a little bit older, Kevy, you think that he was born in February of 2000. Sam Thaiday made his debut in 2003 when this young man was 3 years of age. How does Sam feel?
Another HIA for the Brisbane Broncos. JJ Sewer going up the tunnel with an HIA, and curiously also a limp. Matthew Lodge back onto the field.
Well, they are really stretching the Broncos at the moment with some HIAs.
There's your mark to make.
Matthew Lodge back onto the field. Sam Thaiday back onto the field.
Line for me, Jordan.
And Josh Maguire, well, he's been there from the start.
And out the back while the Broncos take that kick for line, Andrew McCulloch once again unavailable here at dummy half because he's getting either the same finger or another finger twisted back into place by the Broncos trainer after having that issue with what looked to be a dislocated finger earlier in the game. Maguire here just outside the 20. Nikorima wrapping to the left-hand side. Goes to Milford, takes the line on its speed. Boyd is there. Kahu beats the tackle of Oldfield. Wrapped up back on the inside, though. Good stop by Tarpany and also Soliola. Here's Milford. Short ball for Lodge. The fresh man off the bench for the Broncos. 4 tackles gone. McCulloch is there now. Takes them on. Tries a slide in behind them. Just about got there as well. Held off the ground. Desperate tackle by Abbey and also Hodgson. Last tackle. Friday, not great service there from dummy half. Milford's ball as a result is behind Roberts. Fends away from Croker. Runs into a green sandwich and he is taken to the ground pretty convincingly, and he didn't enjoy it either.
Well, another turnover there for Brisbane on last play. It's not so bad. It's better than kicking it dead and giving away 7 tackles. And Roberts equally very dangerous with ball in hand. They did well there, the Raiders, to shut them down. It's a big 3 minutes here into half-time.
Stay on the mark,
Well, mistiming on the play there, and Croker from dummy half has to take it himself. Here's Kotrick.
Speaking of young players, Nick Kotrick's first half. Oh my God.
Got his foot on the till, waiting for a spot on the wing for New South Wales. So they have an injury to an outside back. He's right there waiting for a chance.
That's it, Sam.
Soliola. Veerley. Paulo grabbed, but gets the offload away. Austin, and then good work by Kahu to tap that backwards. Gives it to Corey Oates. There'll be a bonus set here for the Broncos. Inside 3 remaining in this first half, and they can ask at least one more question here of this Raiders defence, but the questions haven't been so tough for Canberra to handle to this point.
He did well, Kahu, didn't he? Get the ball back for his side. See what Brisbane can come up with here.
Just needs some poise from Nikorima and Milford. Lodge. Play quickly here, just outside the 20. A penalty for the Broncos. Raiders want to slow things down, perhaps. 2 plays left in the set, so the Broncos will welcome full set, and then Thaiday on tackle 1 got obliterated by Junior Paulo. What a hit that was.
Oh, that was an amazing hit from Junior Paulo, forcing the ball loose, and now the Raiders pour through the middle of Brisbane's ruck.
And it was Brad Abbey again, and off the back of that, Kotrick is there. Quick play the balls, just killing the Broncos. I don't know that Maguire was at marker nor at the 10. Perhaps get away with one right there. 90 seconds left. Caesar goes to Croker. Canberra score here. They'll blow it wide open. Leading 14 points to 0 and looking likely. Soliola dumps it out the back. Leigh Lewis sees some space. It closed quickly. Last play here for Canberra. In front of the uprights, 10 metres out. Caesar. Austin's there again. Cut out ball. Croker. It was tapped by Isako. And if they stop the clock, they'll get the best part of a full set of 6 here from close range.
Well, he saved a certain try there, Osako. Coming in off his wing. Here's the tackle here. Underneath the football. Great work, Paulo. Call time out, but it's a great effort there from him. Croker receiving some attention. We've got 47 seconds left on the clock before half-time. Just got to hang on here, Brisbane.
If I'm dealing with you, I actually can't stop the clock. So if I don't have to
This
do it,
play again on the left-hand side. Austin going to Croker. Oh, a pretty solid shot there from Osako, who was up around the chest, the shoulders when he made the impact.
The Raiders are all fanned out to the right side.
Righto, push him in. Lock him right in. Head in, Darius. Thanks, Josh.
Dangerous attacking players, haven't they, the Raiders?
We saw the Roosters score off a scrum from this position on the field last night in Adelaide, and they also stacked all their players on that right-hand side of the field. Austin goes short. Tarpany wrapped up there in a 3-man tackle. Milford was down low. Glenn and Maguire were there to help out. Just over 30 seconds left as Hodgson finds Paulo. They get a penalty right in front of the uprights. The Broncos up inside the 10. It's a gift 2 points should they want them, and it looks as though they'll take them.
Yeah, it'd be silly not to with half-time just so close.
make sure you deal with them, because the way they're currently starting to talk,
I heard the referee coming through about Matt Lodge offside, and there he is, just not getting back to the line. He's stayed out, but then got involved in the tackle. It's an automatic penalty to the Raiders.
They probably had a couple of plays at most. Had they taken the quick tap, so they take the 2 instead. And if we said this was a 4-point game coming here tonight, the prospect of the Raiders losing to the team they're trying to chase down in this battle for a spot in the top 8, well, they are well on top at the moment, but it is the Canberra Raiders, and we've seen what's happened so far this season. They have battled to close out games when they've looked very comfortable. So many occasions. Croker, though, from next to the uprights, he missed that earlier one, but no mistake this time around, and they lead it by a big margin here, 16 points to 0. 2 tries for the Raiders, and Croker has added a couple of penalty goals as well. The Broncos certainly can score points in a hurry and have a habit of doing that. If Milford and Nicarima, Darius Boyd can make it gel at some stage, they are very much still a factor in this game. But it's a 4-point game. The Raiders will get first use of it in this second half. The difference, if the Raiders win here tonight, it'll be a 2-point difference on the ladder as opposed to a 6-point difference. It would be if the Broncos were to come out on top at the end of 80. A lot riding on it. Good ball there from Junior Paulo, who's been doing it with the ball and without since coming off the bench for Ricky Stewart in his comeback game from a foot injury. Corbin Sims is back out there. He had an HIA the back end of that first half. Good tackle there on Havili, and now Soliola works it up inside the 40. One more play for Canberra as it goes from Hodgson. Caesar puts it high in the air. Osako coming across, makes the catch pretty comfortably in the end, but looks up and sees a straight line of green jumpers. And it's Havili who whacks him, and he'll play it inside the Brisbane 10.
There's plenty of intent there from the Canberra Raiders from their first set of 6 into the second half. Nice, big, hard, strong, direct runners.
Brisbane need to respond with the same. Corey, there's Oates. It's a good run from Curry.
Sia Soliola on a night for big hitting here in Brisbane. Really belts Alex Glenn there. What a shot that was.
He did well, Alex Glenn. He ended up on top of Soliola.
Problem here, out near the sideline they are, and it's McCulloch who has to get a hurried kick away as a result. It goes down to Brad Abbey. As we look at that shot again, Alex Glenn is tough because he wore the impact and bounced back to his feet. Abbey has been flawless. The fullback role tonight, filling in for Jack Whiten. Discovering the days, if not weeks ahead, how long he'll be there filling in for Whiten, but what a job he's done so far. A little raid down the left edge for Canberra. They'll play it just outside the Broncos 40. A couple of minutes gone in this second half, and Soliola with a carry now. Close, rumours have it, to re-signing to extend his stay with Canberra. Most of the players in that boat as Boyd picks it up here in the corner of the field. And for a moment there, Caesar and company weren't prepared to put a hand on him. Eventually they did. And now they're going sideways, and Asako gets monstered by, yes, guess who? Sia Soliola. Now Oates comes in for a carry. Nowhere to go there. No way forward. He'll play at 5 inside his own 20. 3 tackles into this set. They need something special here on this next one. Dwyer plays it. McCulloch runs to dummy half. Milford will kick 1 tackle early and gets it over the head of Abbey. It's a friendly bounce as well for the Broncos. That's a great kick from Anthony Milford. Abbey brings it back. Oldfield is back there with him. And they'll begin 25 short of the halfway line. And here is Kotrick.
Warren, I've got an odd one down here, no surprise with me. Corbin Sims has passed his HIA. Jaden Sewer went in for a test shortly afterwards because he was the second man in waiting. He had a 20-minute period. I've just spoken to the sideline officials here as the Broncos knock on, and the Broncos medical staff aren't able to determine if he has or if he hasn't past the HIA, but he's been gone longer than 20 minutes. Therefore, it does count as an official interchange number 4, but they haven't ruled him out of the game as yet. A new one for us on Fox League.
We'll wait and see what happens down there on the Broncos bench. You'll keep a close eye on things for us down there.
Wait, clock's off, here we go. Out.
Yeah. An explanation.
Canberra Raiders come up with a bit of an error there. They were superb in the first half, completing at 82%. Hence
Here
the
is
scoreboard.
Fifita, Corey taking it forward and playing it almost back at the halfway line. Maguire for Corbin Sims. Boy, it's been hard for meters to come. Broncos so far in this game. Sims again. Grabbed there by Havili and also Soliola. Milford hit as he passed the ball there by Junior Paulo. That was okay. Glenn plays it. And from Boyd goes to Milford. McCulloch out there, a couple wide of the play the ball. Caesar's done enormously well here to wrap up Nicarima. One of their kicking options tackled on the last. McCulloch gives it to Milford. And he hurries one across, chasing out wide. And there's going to be a penalty here. It should be play on. Well, they blew the whistle, but that was too early. There had to be an advantage there because the ball wasn't too far away from sitting down in the in-goal area. And had the Broncos come through and planted it down, that would have been embarrassing for the referees.
Yeah, you're spot on, Was. We see the kick here from Anthony Milford. Kahu gets run off the ball. Leilua hits him. It's a penalty. He blows the penalty just there. Corey Oates for a moment hesitated because of the whistle had already been blown.
Wait there. Righto.
If the ball did pull up, as you mentioned, they would have had to have gone with the penalty, which thankfully that's not the case.
Would have been pitchforks and torches emerging from the grandstands. Here's McCulloch going to fire day. The veteran chopped down there by Soliola. An enormous game defensively. See a Soliola. Maguire here. And the spin close to the line. Still trying to dig and get his way across it. He's held up in goal here. And we'll bring it back 10 metres midway through.
I'd be looking for Fifita one-on-one on Caesar. Out on this right-hand edge for the Broncos.
On the 10, please. Will you use your foot for me, please, Josh? Use your foot, Josh.
A bit of chat there between Maguire and Soliola. Milford showing it. Tarpany not falling for a dummy there. Had eyes only for Anthony Milford, and he rocked him. 4 tackles gone. McCulloch comes back to the middle. Friday again it is, who plays it quickly. McCulloch comes back to Sims. Milford over the top. A chance for Oates, who spins. He makes it into the in-goal area. Corey Oates does enormously well. They've got points. after 47 minutes, but it needs checking.
Another try. Just confirm that he retains possession.
Well, we're going to have a look at it. Corey Oates, we know how good he is at getting the ball across the line. Austin comes across, Tarpany comes across, Oldfield, that's going to be a try. He did it last week, Corey Oates.
Corey Oates maintains possession of the ball and grounds it in the end goal. We have a decision.
Yeah, it was smart what he did, wasn't it, Corey? He knew that he couldn't get to the line, so he pulled up. And that meant that two of the Raiders defenders went straight past him virtually, and then he just had to spin and get over the line. There's the green try. Used his smarts there, Corey Oates. Nice work from the wingman.
And you've got to go back to the penalty given away by Canberra with Joey Leilua giving away pretty much a no-brainer penalty. And as a result, the Broncos, with this pressure on the Raiders line, crack the Milford. The rainbow ball over the top, well handled on the half volley there by Corey Oates. And while it wasn't as spectacular as he's put down last week, or 2 weeks ago rather, against the Sharks, it's just as important here in this game given the context of it.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it's nice work from Milford as well, wasn't it? Good hands. He just had to get the ball out to that left edge.
He's had a superb year, Corey Oates, out on this left wing for the Broncos. In that last game you mentioned, he was over 200 run metres. Had a real crucial tries. We see Asako bending it around.
He has an enormous boot. That one curls back to go between the uprights and make it 16 points to 6. And the Broncos, at long last, are up and running.
Well, they needed it too, didn't they? They could be next to score, the Broncos, to keep themselves in this game. Still got a bit of work to do, but certainly it's looking a lot better than what it was a couple of minutes ago.
There's some nervous men up there in the Broncos coach's box tomorrow night. There'll be no nerves on Sunday night with Matty Johns, Jake Trbojevic. What a win for the Seagulls against the Panthers out there at the foot of the mountains earlier today on Super Saturday. He'll be a special guest along with Latrell Mitchell. Made the trek back from Adelaide, like the three of us.
Release him now, no more.
He'll be a guest on Sunday night with Matty Johns. Tomorrow, 6 p.m, following all the action between the Cowboys and the Bunnies up there in Cairns. Broncos work it away. Here is Alex Glenn. Points on the board. See what they can make off the back of it. McGuire brings it back out. It was stopped there. Soliola was there. Paulo involved in the tackle. Friday. So many carries in the lead-up in the middle of the field to that try scored by Oates. Could play the ball here. Milford puts it in the air. See what they do this time around. Standing underneath it. Oldfield makes the catch. Grabbed in a good chase. Darius Boyd was there pouring down this left-hand side. And they stop him inside the 20. And there is Leilua getting cut down. Corey Oates. Brad Abbey, fantastic with his returns and carries in the first half from trouble. Kotrick stepping. So big, the young winger, and just always finds an extra couple of metres. Hodgson's kick out of dummy half. Won't find the sideline, but it'll force Boyd to work it away from inside his own 20. Tries to run away from Hodgson, then fires a long pass to Roberts. Runs back towards the middle, and the net effect is they lose some metres. Nice idea.
Sorry, was there an update on Jaden Sewer? He's officially been ruled out finally by the Brisbane medical staff. So the Broncos down to 16 and just a two-man forward rotation on the bench.
Stay on your hands away.
See how they handle that. Sewer, he was good in the first half. Good hands here from Milford to Oates. Terrific tackle by Silva Havili. Grabbed him around the bootlaces, and then Roberts out on the left-hand side, looking to cause some havoc, and just about did. Great tackle there by Soliola again. What a game he's had off the bench. Whitehead was also there. The kick is a good one. Kotrick cleans it up on his own goal line. There's a shift in momentum here suddenly,
yeah, it certainly
there?
has been. Was some really nice play there from the Brisbane Broncos. Started from Milford to Oates. As we see, the Canberra Raiders stuck in their own end, asked to come out. There's some big bodies that are tied, some hands on hips. The Broncos need to go after him here.
Now, Josh! Hold in!
3 tackles gone, 15 out from their own line as Papali looks at maybe 5 or 6. Grabbed there by Kahu around the legs. Tarpany. Not much happening there for him. Glenn was up in his face, so was Anthony Milford. Last play here, a deep one. Austin under pressure, coming out to get him. Kahu put plenty of questions on him. Boy, lets it bounce. That was interesting. Cost him some metres as a result of the kick return, and he'll play it eventually just inside the Broncos 40.
Well, they won the field position there, the Broncos. At the end of this set, they'll have an attacking kick.
Yeah, they've just improved their line speed, haven't they, Corey? And just stringing a few passes together, which has caused the Raiders forward some trouble.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Sarko looks like he might have had some sort of crusher tackle here, accidental, I'm sure.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, sir.
Just flexing the neck out a little bit there. Partly involved contact over the top.
Just a little bit there.
Unclear, but let's just be careful how we go down that
It wasn't
line.
a classic crusher tackle by any stretch, and I imagine this will be just to play the ball. There is Jaden Sewer, who, as Andy told you, failed that concussion test and won't be back here tonight. Play and time back on. Corbin Sims back in Raiders territory. McCulloch. Forsythe at the line. Milford need to link up with Maguire, but they didn't quite get the timing right now. Maguire is there the second time around, but a big fend with the face of Elliott Whitehead. The crowd enjoyed that. Roberts is keen suddenly, getting to dummy half. Links up here with Fifita. Playing out there on that right-hand side for Jaden Sewer. And with Sewer gone for the night, he might see the rest of the game out. Here's Milford at the line, grabbing, chasing through. Alex Glenn is there, and the Broncos are gobbling them up. We said they score them in bunches. Roberts is mixing things up from dummy half in the middle of the field. Milford has that look about him, and Glenn finished well here.
Well, it was a great little setup from Roberts, come from the left to the right to get it all started. Anthony Milford, they threatened all night on the short kicking game. This time they get it right. Alex Glenn pushes through. But the lead-up work, they were just able to create some gain speed around the ruck. Maguire had a good fend on Whitehead. They played off the back of that. Very hard team to defend against when you've got their ball runners coming onto the ball, Kev.
Yeah, they certainly are, and there's the bonus of Milford. That's Alex Glenn in picture, but his skills came to the fore there. He showed the ball on the outside, and just the Raiders defence weren't sure what he was actually going to do, and then he just put the deft touch on the kick. And Alex Glenn, well, what a player he's been for the Broncos in his career here. Plenty of tries like that one as the Raiders regroup. Well, they've got to get themselves back in the game with their defence, the Raiders. It's been a flip over, hasn't it? The Broncos are now pouring through the middle of the Raiders' ruck.
Well, you mentioned it in the call, Kevy. They've upped their ante in terms of their line speed with their defence. Led by those senior men, McCulloch, Maguire. And off the back of that, they're able to get some ball in good field position.
Right at the crucial moment, the ball falls off the tee for Jermaine Asako. He'll go through this very elaborate pre-kick routine he has. It's not quite Parker-like.
No.
But then I don't imagine he's running a marathon tomorrow morning like Corey Parker at the Gold Coast Marathon.
Yes, was.
42 kilometres.
As the ball comes off again. Must be a strong breeze blowing out there, but you're right, was.
Are you prepped?
I wasn't sure what I was thinking. Nominating to run a marathon, but we'll see how we go. These old knees. Third time lucky here for Asako.
What time are you hoping for? 2:08, 2:09?
Just to finish.
He might be a bit nervous as he approaches the ball here. After all of that, third time's a charm. Jermaine Asako makes it 16-12 just to try the difference, Andy.
Brisbane's kicking game was in question with the departure of Ben Hunt. They are now ranked #1 in long kicks and also kick metres, averaging almost 500 a game. Their short kicking game, I think probably a nice way of putting it, has been very hit and miss over the first 16 rounds. That one, though, a big hit.
It was perfect. So for Alex Glenn to really bring this crowd into the game. And it's a good crowd here on a Saturday night in Brisbane. Beautiful conditions. It's perfect. At this great rugby league stadium. And the Broncos finishing fast here. That was still with plenty to go. 25, almost 26 minutes remaining in this. Nicarima. David Fifita charging onto it, all 18 years of age. Good stop though by Aidan Caesar in front of him. Stop him squarely. Now Maguire. Comes to Hodgson. Tarpany was there. So was Soliola, who's getting through an amazing amount of work defensively. McCulloch for Matt Lodge. I think there's something on the inside. Has to take the tackle. They're back in Raiders territory. Milford puts it up. Their kicking has been good in recent sets. Abbey under pressure there, and he wore a shot from Alex Glenn for his trouble. Might have really rocked the fullback. He was down low when Glenn got to him. And he's done very well to get back to his feet and play that ball.
Well, a courageous take here from Abbey. Heard the footsteps coming.
A bit sideways here, the Raiders. They need their big men to truck it up again, but Brisbane's line speed.
Nice helping hand there from Oldfield. Now Soliola. He follows suit. They're back almost at the halfway line. Hodgson goes to Caesar on the last, just drills it low towards the corner. Boyd, though, is shading that side of the field. Looks up, so he sees it there with Hodgson. The Broncos fans on the far side of the stadium thought there might have been a bit of high contact there from one of that pairing. Sarko to play. Almost 30 out from his own line as Nicarima finds Roberts. Very involved in this second half. Here's Milford getting in behind them. Grabbed by the collar by Tarpany. He plays it quickly. Roberts, Austin might have jumped out too early. Play on is the call for the moment, as Oates will play at 40 out.
Tarpany's in all sorts in back play. He's in the hands of Alan Langer.
As he did with Boyd Corner in Origin, the back end of the game, looking after one of the opposition players. Now Lodge playing it. Nicarima puts it in the air. Boyd trying to chase through and put some pressure here on Abbey, who puts it down. The first blemish in his game, but they're going to say that either Boyd or one of the other chasers was in front of the kick.
It might have been Darius Boyd, was it, on the outside?
Corbin Sims is in front of the kicker.
Corbin Sims, yeah.
He does come within the 10. He starts to pull back now. Whether that was what the call was from or Darius does actually make contact while he was in the air.
I'm pretty sure it was Corbin Sims. You saw him backing away, obviously, on the advice of the referee. No question he was inside the 10. It's a big chance missed by the Brisbane Broncos. Ricky Stewart on his feet. Mass changes made here for Canberra. One of them an HIA with Joseph Tarpany coming from the field after being left on the ground, as we saw for a while there, in the hands of Alan Langer.
Very, very dusty. Alan Langer, of course, carried Boyd Cordner the other night, carried Joseph Tarpany here, and tells me he carried Kevin Walters for 10.
Yeah.
Was it that long?
Every bit of it.
Some really good signs for Brisbane to see James Roberts come a long way infield to get the ball, get his hands on the ball, get this momentum going for the Broncos.
Releasing off the arm. Locked in, locked in.
Boyd playing it. They're going to this left edge. Enormous move. They've had precious little field position. The ball in their hands in this second half, Canberra. Broncos have gone back-to-back as Austin comes out here to Leilua. In and away, but well handled there by Jordan Kahu in particular. Papali fires it to Austin, goes across to Caesar. Soliola from almost a standing start. It's a three-man tackle as a consequence. I've got one more here from inside the Broncos 20. Goes to Caesar, Grubbers, well weighted as well, and Nicarima taking no chances. Just punches it beyond the dead ball line. A dropout coming up for the green machine.
Well, he had no choice there, did he? Nicarima was great weight on the kick from Caesar. Boyd was on the other side of the field initially. They were streaming through Whitehead and Croker, but no need. Good save there from Nicarima.
Improvement in the kicking game and the control of the game of Aiden Caesar in this last month or so is quite remarkable after they failed to finish off games, especially in that first month of the season. He's been duly rewarded with that extension of the contract. Blake Austin very likely to leave the Raiders, and it may well be a linking with the Parramatta Eels from 2019 onwards, although his asking price is a hefty one. Corey Norman, maybe he has a chance of heading to the nation's capital and wearing green in 2019. It might be a straight swap. Austin there in dummy half. Here's Hodgson. There's Shannon Boyd. Quick tackle here, quick play the ball at least off the back of the legs tackle. Hodgson jumps out, takes them on, and he just sets the record straight. Shannon Boyd with the quick play the ball did the damage, and it opened up for Josh Hodgson.
And when you need your stars to stand up, he's done it again, Josh Hodgson. Nice run from Shannon Boyd. Both tacklers went low. That allowed him to get a quick play the ball. Shows left, gets Darius Boyd interested. Josh Maguire's turned out, isolates Matt Lodge, and over he goes.
Well, it was really the lead-up play as well, Corey, was good from Hodgson. He fed the ball to his bigger man, Boyd, and he got the quick play the ball that allowed Hodgson to do his stuff. And Papali on his outside, who again needs a lot of attention. It's just clever play from the Raiders number 9, a vital member of this Raiders team. And again, his work out of there has just troubled Brisbane all night.
He's exceptional, Kev. His little movement there in the ruck off the back of a quick play the ball. Both Bronco defenders went low. But he showed just enough on the left to get Darius Boyd interested, and then just isolated Matt Lodge.
Well, it's his sleight of hand too, isn't it? Like the way he carries the ball and shows the ball, it's very Cameron Smith-like, close to the line. And it's hard to defend against because you don't know what he's going to do. What you can try and do is get your body in front, and he'll find the right option 9 times out of 10, whether to pass or to run there himself. That's a big play.
They got that sort of 6 from close range off the back of that Caesar grubber, which forced the goal line dropout. And the forwards and Hodgson do the rest. They've got advantage once again. And from beside the uprights, Jared Croker makes this a 10-point game, 22-12, midway through this second half. And the Englishman wearing number 9 for the first time since last season. Just producing another masterclass here tonight. His first starting appearance in the second game this year. 7 months and 1 week since suffering that torn ACL.
It's extraordinary, was. Extraordinary. The influence that he's had in both games in his return.
There was a time when the torn ACL was a career-ending injury. Going back some time. Sports science has improved to the point that they return now barely 6 months later. Canberra, a little bit of breathing space after weathering the storm, and they cracked a couple of times. Oh, they give it straight back though. Dynamis Louis coughs it up here. Sims and Fifita were there to stop him. He puts it down, and the Broncos get a chance to hit right back.
Well, they've opened the door up again, haven't they, the Raiders, for this Brisbane team. Just took his eye off the ball there fractionally, Louis, and that was enough to force the error. Where do the Broncos' points come from here, Corey?
Well,
I'm thinking.
At this stage, Kev, I'd have to go down this left side with Oates. The Broncos are all spread out on the left of the scrum.
Off we go.
Imagine Wayne Bennett would like to test out Blake Austin with a decision here. A couple of players on a block play and maybe a Boyd sweep around the back. Make him make the decision on who he's going to. See how it pans out as Sims works it towards the uprights. Carrick waits, looking right, looking left. We'll go to the right-hand side for Maguire, tipping it on for Nicarima. Caesar was out quickly, trying to get to the halfback, couldn't shut him down. Tested out Hodgson there. And also Louis, he'll play it for McCulloch. Jumps out, Maguire did well to hang on to it. It was just up on the shoulder. And he got that second hand up there to make sure he didn't lose possession. 4 tackles gone from on top of the line. Slow pass to Milford. Grubbers again for Glenn. Well weighted. Oldfield has to try and bring it back and manages to do it. Glenn didn't quite get the clear passage he did on the previous grubber that led to a try. And the Raiders have held on.
Well, he didn't get a clear passage, but the Broncos didn't push up on the other side of the ruck. A nice kick from Anthony Milford again. And the Broncos, they've let him down on a kick chase.
When he didn't get to the ball, Glenn, you still thought they were a big chance to stop Oldfield. But as you said, they went to sleep on the other side of the field. Nobody pushed up to make a straight line, and there was a passage for Oldfield to bring it back. McCulloch has a fair cut around the right eye. He's had a tough night, hasn't he? The number 9. Good catch by Asako. And the players coming down on top of him. Whitehead and Kotrick were there. 16 and a half still remaining. Tons of time as Oates tries to find a bit of space. Plays it quickly for Nicarima. Roberts getting another chance to work it away. Almost expecting the tackle from Soliola there. Saw the grimace on his face as he prepared for the contact. And now Milford gets it away for Alex Glenn. Back across the halfway line. Play 5 coming up. McCulloch is there pushing up, but for the moment he'll watch as they work it forward through Mago. And he's back there at dummy half now, McCulloch. Last tackle. Nicarima will put it up, hoping for an error. Kotrick coming forward, lets it bounce. That's dangerous. Asako cleans it up, comes back to Nicarima. He gets hemmed in. Just poised too long. He had a chance to put a second kick in. Almost like he hit the pause button and then didn't know what to do with it.
Well, it's dangerous practice letting those ones bounce. Brisbane could have maybe capitalised on that. Just let it bounce the Raiders.
Time stood still. He had perhaps too many options. And they just closed the net on him. As a result, the Raiders have it here in pretty good field position. Soliola goes inside the 30. Hodgson. Now Austin. Partly on his outside. Kahu jamming in. Solid contact there. It's a slow play the ball as he eventually gets back to his feet. Now Austin finds Caesar. Stop, start, run on the angle. Tries to catch out Nicarima with a bit of speed. Goes towards Roberts, who helps Nicarima make the tackle. Whitehead feigns a grubber, then does grubber. Asako cleans it up, can bring it back with interest. He paws down the field. Kotrick coming from behind, wraps him up. What an effort by Nick Kotrick.
Was an exceptional play from Kotrick on the chase, but even better from Asako to pick it up around his ankles.
Roberts wanted a penalty, but the play the ball was played, and there's nobody there at dummy half of the Broncos, so Kotrick was well within his rights to put pressure on Roberts and nab him straight away. Oates it is. They'll play it here for McCulloch. What a run by Asako. Under pressure to bring it back from the in-goal area. Threatened to go a long, long way. Mago will play it. Eventually here, stopped by Boyd. Louis around the legs. Hodgson was also there. Last tackle. It's a slow one. Milford goes out the back. Boyd with a bit of space. Oates a chance to clean it up. Picked up instead by Jordan Kahu. And as long as Corey Oates didn't touch it, the Broncos are in.
I'm okay with that, yes. Check it, start with a
first
try,
look
but I'm
was-
okay with it. Yes.
They're going to have a look at it.
They went with the sweep play with Boyd around the back of the decoy. The call is try from Chris Sutton.
Well, it was a deception from Anthony Milford. He faked to kick it. Darius Boyd is on the sweep line as we... Does he catch it on the inside? Let's play on.
Blake Austin makes a defensive decision to come in on Alex Glenn.
Still play on at this stage.
Ball is knocked back by Michael Oldfield.
Oh.
Picks
See
up
another
cleanly
angle
by
there,
Jordan
Kev, I
Kahu
think.
I don't think we're going to need it, mate.
and grounded in the in goal. Have a decision.
That's the play we were talking about not that long ago, making Austin make a decision. And a decoy runner going to the inside shoulder. He followed him in. Boyd on the sweep. Oh, it didn't work exactly the plan. The bounce was a good one for Kahu. Oates did well not to touch it and knock it on. And it's game back on here in Brisbane.
Well, it's always been game on, was. This is the pick-up and the carry here from Asako. Brilliant run. Got his team well back up over halfway. And they just pursued their left edge, the Broncos. Let's have a look at it here. That's the play. Just couldn't get his hands on the ball, could he, Kotrick? He tried to knock it down. And then Kahu finishes off.
It was the deception from Anthony Milford to fake the kick that had them all worried. And then the movement from Darius Boyd out the back had Austin in all sorts.
Boys, is it just me, or did that warrant some slowing down and having a look to see if Corey Oates' finger did touch the ball, or is it just me?
No, well, I said it in the call. I'm happy to get on with it if we want to do it like that, but I thought we might have had another look at it, Andy.
I think it was okay. I don't know that there was a touch there from Corey Oates.
I think he pulled his hands away.
Yeah. Big kick here to take this back inside. A converted try. Asako out near the sideline. Striking them well tonight. This one is the equal of anything. It's a 4-point game again. And the difference at the moment is the dummy half try scored by Josh Hodgson at the other end of the field 7 minutes ago. Kahu grabs the 4 points. No touch there from Oates. Cleaned up.
Did you
by
say
Kahu.
no touch, was
Boy,
it?
oh boy.
Oh!
I said it.
No touch, and there it is.
It's a good
quite
call,
clearly,
was.
Andy.
Good call, over it.
Down to OPSM for you tomorrow. Kahu dives in the corner.
My bifocals are about to become tries.
Just trying to drum up a bit of controversy. I know your type. Here's Lodge, bringing it back.
Now it's an arm.
11 and a half absorbing minutes here in Brisbane tonight. Third game of 3 on Super Saturday, live on Fox League. And this is a barnstormer. Nicarina. Little show. Takes the tackle there. 10 on his own side of halfway. Fifita. Content just to take them on without that offload, which has been spoken about by everybody in the build-up to this game. The ball skills that he possesses. Milford for Glenn. Good metres off the back of the try. Still going, Alex Glenn. They're 35 metres out here. Last tackle. It's Milford who'll put it up. Coming through. Boyd trying to put pressure on Abbey once again. He overruns it, gets a touch on it. Knocked backwards all the way. Croker tapped it back for Kotrick, who brings it back. All the touches were okay in a backwards direction. The referee was right there to make the call, and I think he was spot on.
Well, a little bit of luck going Canberra's way there. It was a great kick again in the air. Got some results from those, haven't they, tonight?
Well, Brad Abbey, he looked shaky under the high ball, particularly in this last 15 minutes or so.
Oh, it's lost by Oldfield. It came free as he went to play it in the tackle of Maguire. And what a set of 6 coming up.
Clock's running, boys.
We go inside the final 10. And the Broncos will have it 45 metres out in this game, as we've said a couple of times now, maybe more. It's a 4-point game. If Brisbane win, it'll be 6 points the difference on the ladder between them and the Raiders. If Canberra wins, it'll be only 2. That was all okay.
It's in, guys. Heads in.
Just got to get up and play it there.
We go. Out.
Roberts. They go to him off the scrum win.
I'll be going to Roberts on that right side a bit more, I reckon. He's a try scorer.
He's looked likely. Since they came back out for the second half, they've been a different team. McCulloch for Maguire. Comes towards Hodgson. Shannon Boyd. He's a woodsman.
He's chopping trees down, Shannon Boyd.
He looked like Peter Foster at the Easter show. Here's Milford in behind them. Milford will score for Brisbane. The brilliance, the magic, the majesty of Milford. And we're locked up at 22 apiece.
Well, he had some moments in the first half, Anthony Milford. He couldn't get going, but there he is in full flight. Just ball out front, running the ball, showing the ball. And the speed and the deception of Milford creates the try. Look at that. That's brilliant from Milford. That's what he's capable of.
And it was Austin again they go to. He throws dummies on the angle. Austin had eyes to the man on his outside this time. Milford slips on the inside shoulder of Blake Austin, who had eyes for the man out the back. Soliola couldn't get there, and Milford's speed did the rest.
His involvement in this second half, Anthony Milford, has been a complete contrast to where he was at in that first half. He's running the ball, he's asking questions. So hard to defend a player like Anthony Milford coming at you at speed with numbers inside and out. He makes defensive lines come up with a decision. We talk about players that are having a good season. This man here, Jermaine Asako, he's pulled Brisbane out of the fire numerous times this year. With 7 minutes to go, you get the feeling that there's probably more points in this game, but it's a super kick, this one.
Not just with his try scoring, look at his goal kicking, 80%. That's right up there. What was the great Corey Parker? What did he finish at?
Yeah, it wasn't 80, Kev. Longer career, though.
Yeah, let's judge him at the end, hey?
Absolutely, but he puts the time in outside of training hours. On different days, he goes about his business. The great players in the game, they all put their time in. Was able to debut for his country last week over there in Denver. Special moment for himself and his family. He's got Suncorp Stadium riding him home on this one. Can you spray a little bit of sticky spray on that ball to hold it onto the tee?
I don't think so.
Just a bit of chewing gum. To put them in front. He has done it. What a comeback this is by the Broncos. In what we described as a final for the Canberra Raiders coming here tonight to Suncorp. They led 22 points to 12 only minutes ago. Now they trail 24-22, and Ricky Stewart is watching the horror movie play out before his eyes again.
Well, that chewing gum's getting the work out. He's been up and down off his seat, rides every emotion, Ricky Stewart.
Time off, mate. Just wait for the whistle.
Tremendous show of character from the Brisbane Broncos. In that first half, they were well off the pace.
You're right.
They've regrouped at half-time. They've come out, they've upped the ante with their defensive line. And off the back of that, good things have come.
He favours that seat down there by the sideline in 2018, Ricky. But let me tell you, it's not gold class, is it? The same old movie is on repeat. They've got time to rectify things here and write their own script. 7 to go.
They're full of running, the Broncos, aren't they? Their confidence up now, their tails up in the air. Playing a good brand of football.
McCulloch out of dummy half. Bring it back to the halfway line on 4 tackles. Boyd is there. And feeds it off, and they'll just punch it forward. A conservative set after taking the lead incredibly at 24-22. Milford puts it up once again. Oldfield this time standing underneath it. He's been good tonight and then trips over his own feet perhaps. Or was there a pothole in the ground? Either way, it puts Abbey under pressure, and here he is going backwards on play number 2. They're 10 out from their own line. Austin at dummy half. He gives it to Kotrick. Tries to bounce away from the first contact. Can't do so. Nicarima was there, so was Roberts. 3 gone, now Havili. Good tackle around the legs by Thaiday. Fast play the ball. Caesar, he takes them on. And one of the kickers now out of the equation on the last tackle. What do they do? They'll give the Broncos 6 more tackles. Another mistake by Canberra, bringing it out from their own end.
Shot clock is on.
Just shooting themselves in the foot, the Raiders, aren't they? Just can't get through their sets.
Maguire is thereabouts again. Well, he might have been hardly done by there, Aiden Caesar.
I've seen them go either way, was.
Nicarima.
As it does so often, in the first half, the Broncos had 36% of the ball. It swung around in this second half. They've now got 54% for the game.
And this might be the game right here. Another converted try in this set. And just about home. Kahu. They play it 20 metres out. Looks at the referee. Don't know, they needed to slow play the ball there. They didn't require one. Maguire is backing his way towards the line. 3 tackles gone, right in front of the posts. We'll switch there from Mago. He just tries to cart it forward. Nothing doing there through the middle of the defence. Avili was there, so was Papali. McCulloch goes out the back. Milford grubbers off the leg of Whitehead, and the Englishman produces a big play. Or well, he did, but he finds Nicarima. He wanted to keep the ball alive, and he gave it straight back to the Broncos.
Numbers right for Brisbane.
Freddie Kruger is making his way down Caxton Street, approaching Ricky Stewart. Can it get any worse? McCulloch from dummy half. It goes to Maguire, runs to Whitehead, standing in the tackle. What a play it was by Whitehead, but he gave it straight back to them. Incredible stuff. Thaiday, he tries to spin his way in. Milford waiting on this left-hand side. Play 4, he gets a chance now. Grubbers, Glenn's there again. It's still there, taken dead by Abbey. The Broncos force a dropout inside 3.5 minutes remaining.
Well, again, Milford the man, wasn't he? Ricky Stewart not enjoying what he's seeing at the moment. To go short here, the Raiders, try and get the ball back.
They're going to go short to Kotrick's edge. Broncos have got 4 across the front line on the right-hand side of the field.
Austin was looking towards Oldfield, trying to sell them a dummy. He goes to Kotrick instead. He kicks it out on the full. A big call here. Do you take the 2 and make it a 4-point game? You take some time off the clock, but you have to bring the ball out from your own end off a kickoff.
Well, they'd go short kick, wouldn't they? So
yeah, I'd tap and go here.
Yeah, keep possession. They can't win without the ball. Roll it into the end goal, the game's over.
They're having a meeting about it.
Well, surely they have to tell the referee what they're going to do. Darius Boyd only now approaches the referee.
Yeah, mate, yeah.
You can't get this long to tell the referee what you're going to do, surely. Asako is coming in, and only now do they say, we'll take the 2. We have seen that a lot in 2018, and too much latitude is given by the referees and allowing teams forever to milk time and just waste time off the clock.
Not from the time they decide to shoot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem consistent, does it, was? At times we see...
It's a minute, because we haven't reached that point yet.
Well, we took too long to reach that point. That's the argument that Josh Hodgson is making, and it's a fair one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good minute they've wasted there, Brisbane.
You see time blown off for things that time shouldn't be blown off for, and then in a prime example like that, as it's now been stopped, they'll have the opportunity, the Canberra Raiders, of going short.
Well, Brisbane had the option of tapping it and maybe seeing out time with the ball in their hands. Instead, they'll give the Raiders a chance to get it back here, and there will be time to at least score a try, maybe even snatch it. Oh, Asako drills it low and hard, but he makes it 26-22. And what happens here off the restart will be second guessed and then some should Canberra get the ball back.
Well, the Broncos have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 up in that front line. Wouldn't be a bad option to go long. Everyone, the Broncos team is up over the 20. If he wants to go long, there's a great opportunity.
He goes short. Austin out to the right-hand side. Coming forward, Corbin Sims. And he's returned from a broken jaw flying high. And he's collided here with Jared Croker, and he's very much the worse for wear. What a catch by Sims.
I think long was the go there, Corey. We could see it from up here quite easily.
Well, everyone was up at the 20-metre lines. We see some bodies go up. Sims wasn't my first choice to catch that ball, but he's done a terrific job in doing so.
Boy, Asako. Has he got springs or what?
He's certainly got some hops about him, Asako. We get the thumbs up there. Sort of hurt his left shoulder there.
Right, boys,
elbow or something, is it?
Elbow.
Chris will give
Take
you
a
the call.
step, take a
Corbin,
step.
good when you the call, please.
Take a step.
Make sure you use your foot.
1.
69 seconds remaining in the game when time is blown back on. And perhaps a Canberra season, as far as their contention in 2018, maybe only a minute left right here. Just had the feeling they had to come away with the points tonight. They led 22 points to 12 with 13 minutes remaining. And it's been all the Broncos from that point with tries to Kahu and Milford. A penalty goal added. Sims has the ball ripped away by Dynamis Louis, and Canberra will get 30 seconds with the ball. Now there's a whistle.
When the ball's been stripped, it went forward. Scrum.
And it will be the Broncos who get the ball back, and the game is theirs now.
Not at the moment, mate.
Corbin Sims in trying to surrender the tackle almost here. Well, there was 2 involved initially. Paulo's still there. He drops off. Under the current interpretation, it's 1-on-1 after he drops off. But as you saw, Louis rip the ball forward. And we've got time off with 1 second remaining.
Well, it's been a terrific second half from the Broncos. Showed immense character. We see Ricky Stewart. It continues, 2018 for him.
I'm not arguing. Time is off. We're back in the scrum.
The courage on their home soil to get back in this game and then go on with it.
I need your hair be in. Easy.
A little bit of dust up here in the front row at the back end of the game. Very much the back end with a second remaining.
Ball gets in. Josh gets first shot.
An incredible victory by the Broncos. Maguire and Sims are still arguing the toss here with Elliott Whitehead, and Darius Boyd comes in to try and cool things down.
Come out here.
Says, boys, let's not give away a penalty.
Well, he's extremely frustrated, Elliott Whitehead.
Jared. He
He could find some time in the bin for 1 second.
He stomps on his foot. On report. Penalty here.
Elliot White has been placed on report for what sounded like
Penalty.
stomping on the foot of either Josh Maguire or Corbin Sims. He's smiling at the moment, Elliot, but he won't be when he gets back to the dressing room because Ricky Stewart has been pretty calm in recent times, but given the enormity of this game and the results, there might well be an explosion coming. Is that it for Canberra? In 2018, they're now 6 points out of the top 8. The Broncos put a huge gap between the top and the bottom of this NRL ladder in 2018. 26 points to 22 after being down 16 points to 0 at halftime.